All right, props for today, couple blocks, strap, sticky mat, blanket if you like to cover up in Shavasana. And you could even have some furniture handy, wall space, but should be able to do freestanding most of what we're going to do today. And let's all start on our backs. So once you make your way to your back on your mat, just begin to settle into your space. Do a little scan of your body. Oh, and then stretch your legs long, stretch your arms overhead. And reach alternate heels away as you stretch the same arm away. Take the soles of your feet to the floor, wide as your mat, and rock your knees side to side. Remember that the practice is yours, so if you feel moved or spontaneous to hold in any position, you can. Come back to center, keep the soles of the feet on the floor, but feet now about hip distance apart, and press into a rolling bridge. You can leave your arms behind as you roll down, or sweep the arms back when the hips lower. So just big body movement in this cascading rolling bridge. Keep the back of your neck long by slightly tucking in your chin. And then the next time you come to the floor, let's stack your knees over hips. And we'll just rock back and forth. Bring your arms to the same side as your knees as you come up. It's almost like you have a big beach ball in your hand. As you pass through center, bringing both knees to the same side, both hands to the same side. And then as you continue this movement, start to circle the arms in any direction, just circling the arms as you move, or swimming the arms. Get some bit more movement in the shoulder. Good. And next time your knees fall over to the left, stay here momentarily. And now slide your right hand along your left arm and open up into a twist. Arms come to a T, and you can take your gaze straight up to the ceiling. And scoop your belly button to the right. If it feels okay in your body where you are this morning or this evening, take the top leg straight, maybe connecting your right foot with your left hand. Deepening the twist a little here. Releasing and coming back to that big rocking motion. Take a few times back and forth before you drop your knees over to the right. And then your left hand slides along your inner right arm. You open up into twist in this direction. Again, you could straighten that top leg. Take your left big toe with your right hand and scoop your belly over to the left. Really try to actively scoop your belly over to the left. And release. And just a couple more side to side. You could have your feet on the floor this time, just neutralizing your hips here. Good. And then bring your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg long and hover the left leg off the floor. Squeeze your right knee into your chest and then switch, bring your left knee in and straighten the right leg out, hover your leg off the floor. So a little engagement in the right leg, and then just move back and forth with this, pulling the left knee, right knee in, left leg long, left knee in, right leg long. Then continue, but without using your hands. So pull your right knee into your chest, extend the left leg, hover, engage your core. So drawing the navel up and in as you move back and forth. And then from here, interlace your hands behind your head. So rest your head in your hands. Continue the same movement with your legs, but rest your head in your hands and bring your head and shoulders off the floor. Keep breathing, so don't stop the breath. Keep breathing, but feel how this fires up the center, the core here. And then if you wanted to add a little twist in here, next time you bring one knee in toward your chest, bring the opposite elbow towards that knee. And then slowly move back and go in the opposite direction. So bicycle movement. Notice if you're kind of going quickly through it, using momentum, really engage your core, engage your obliques as you go side to side, if that's what you've chosen to do. And once you've done an even number, come back to soles of the feet to the floor, resting your back on the floor, and take a few pelvic tilts. So inhale, draw pubic bone away from navel, and exhale, press your low back into the floor, just neutralizing low back. Good. And then on your next inhale, take your legs straight up, soles towards the ceiling, and your arms behind your head on the floor, backs of your hands on the floor. That's the inhale. On the exhale, lower the arms back alongside your body and your legs down, either straight leg or bent, soles of the feet to the floor. Inhale, legs up, arms behind. Exhale, set everything back down. Inhale, legs up towards the ceiling, arms behind you, backs of your hands on the floor. Exhale, either straight legs, straight arms, or bend the knees and take the soles of your feet to the floor. Either one. And then the next time you drop your knees or drop your feet to the floor, legs to the floor, stretch everything long if you're not already there. Take your feet as wide as the corners of your mat. Take your arms out into a Y shape so your body's like a big X. And then just draw the right hip pointer up towards the ceiling. So it's a little teeny twist, right? Right buttocks sort of coming off the floor, and then relax that back down, and then push the left hip pointer up towards the ceiling and release back down. So just rocking back and forth here, sort of lifting the hip pointer up towards the ceiling. Your feet will probably move in the direction the opposite direction of whatever hip you lift. So if you're lifting your right hip up, your feet are going to probably go over to the left. Great. And then draw your knees into your chest, crossing at the ankles, Apanasana. You could take your arms around the front of your shins or take the outside edges of your feet. But here, see if you can allow your back to soften and spread. Tuck your chin in slightly, back of your neck long. Okay, this is just child's pose on our back. Good, and then either roll to one side or rock yourself up to a seat. Take your Sukhasana or Virasana, nice relaxed seating position, and then just stir through your pelvic bowl. Close your eyes here. Imagine that your spine is just a nice big spoon in a pot, and you're just stirring through your pelvic bowl. Making the whatever you're making for Thanksgiving. And then come back to center, find a nice even sitting on both sit bones, interlace fingers and press palms away, straighten through your arms. Then lift your hands up towards the ceiling, palms towards the ceiling, and exhale, let your arms float down. And again, just interlace, press palms away, press palms up, let the arms float down. See if you can make the inhale, which is pressing out and then up, the same length as the exhale. Going at a speed that just feels nice for you, but inhale and exhale, same length. And then the next time your hands come to the floor, just rest your hands on your thighs or your knees, roll your shoulders in one direction and the opposite direction. A little movement in your neck, side to side, ear to shoulder. Or if it feels okay, you can take a full circle. Just pay attention to any pain in your neck. We just want sensation, not pain. Okay, and then we'll take tabletop. Find table, have your blocks handy at the front of your mat. And once you find table, here we go. Inhale to cow. On your exhale, as you round your back, slowly put your forearms to the floor. That's gonna excite the triceps and give us just a little work in the tricep as we go down to child's pose. And then inhale, back up to cow. Exhale, turn all 10 toes under, press up and back to the downward facing dog. Inhale, knees come to the floor, cow. Exhale, forearms first, really lower slowly so you feel your triceps engaging. Come to child's pose. Inhale to cow. Exhale, turn toes under, up and back, downward facing dog. And now stay in this dog, and you can press one heel towards the floor, the opposite heel towards the floor. And go back and forth with that just a few times. Lengthening through calf muscles, Achilles tendon. And then inhale, drop your knees, come to cow. Exhale, elbows down first, hips back, child's pose. Take a full round of breath in this child's pose and allow your back to spread and widen. Next inhale, you're going to stand up on your knees, reach your arms overhead. Take your time. Interlace your thumbs, reach your fingertips to the ceiling, and then a little side bend in one direction. Inhale to center, a little side bend in the opposite direction. Back to center, and let your arms float down to your sides. Good, balancing on your knees, bring your right foot forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up, and exhale, bring your left hand to your left hamstring. So the right arm wants to sweep over to the left in a side bend, sort of back bend kind of motion. Let that happen. And then inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, right hand to left hamstring. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, come into a deep lunge. Hands can come to the front of your thigh. Deep lunge. Okay for the knee to be in front of the foot here. And then you can take your hands down to the floor or to a set of blocks around that front foot and press back, straightening the front leg and coming into a little hamstring opening. Inhale back up, proposal pose, and bring both knees together. Back, standing on your knees. Inhale, reach your arms up. On the exhale, you'll hinge at the waist, tuck your hands at your low back, and bring your forehead towards the floor. You could touch the floor or not, or you could touch your forehead to a block. Inhale, sweep the arms back up, stand back up on your knees. And on your exhale, hinge back down, change the position of your hands, opposite hand on top. Inhale, sweep up. We'll take one more on each side, or one more with each different hand on the top. So 2 more total. Just switching the position of your hands, orientation of your hands. Really engage your core as you tuck in. Good. And then from here, sweep your arms out in front of you, so like you're going to dive into the swimming pool. And then inhale, hands to the mat, come up to cow. Round your back, press into your hands, drop your forearms, come down to the cat, and then to child's pose. Inhale up to cow. Turn toes under, exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop your knees, come to cow. Exhale, tops of the feet to the floor, forearms first, engage the triceps slowly, and come to child's pose. Inhale, stand up on your knees, sweep your hands overhead. Cross at your thumbs, opposite orientation now, the funny side. And take a side bend in one direction. Back to center, and side bend in the opposite direction. Back to center, and let your hands float down. Balancing on the right knee, we bring the left foot forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, right hand to right hamstring. Left arm will kind of want to come over, let it happen. You're just doing there's a lot going on here, kind of side bend, back bend. And inhale, sweep up. And exhale, left hand to right hamstring. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands on the front of your thigh, come into that deep lunge. And feel the front of the right thigh, front of the right hip really getting some length there. As you press back up to proposal pose, you can put your hands on the floor first, your blocks, and then press back up, straighten the front leg and come into basically pyramid on our knees, right? So really getting a little hamstring stretch here. And inhale back to proposal pose. Move your blocks out of the way if you don't need them. Let's bring both feet back behind us. So now you're back to table. Okay, now draw your hips back towards your heels. And just take a little wag right to left. And then make that into a big circular motion. So coming, you're wagging your tail as you, with your hips back by your heels, and then you come into a big circular motion. Come back, wag your tail, and go in the opposite direction. So back, hips are kind of over heels, and you're just going right and left with your hips, and then you make that into a circle. Come forward over your hands, come back, wag your tail, and go in the opposite direction. Do that a few times. Just notice if there's any place where you feel like you get stuck. And then just continue the circles, bringing your ribs out over the long edge of your mat as you circle in one direction. Keep your breath going. And then you circle in the opposite direction. Coming back to center finally. Inhale to cow. Exhale, turn your toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. Press one heel towards the floor. Holding there, really lengthening calf Achilles tendon, and then press the opposite heel to the floor. And then back to the downward dog. Bend your knees and send your sit bones up, 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 up. Straightening your legs. Roll your triceps down towards the floor. Are your legs engaged? Really gather your kneecaps up, 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 up. Engaging your thighs. Pressing the back of your legs, your hamstrings away. Then walk your feet up towards your hands. Using your blocks or your forearms on your thighs, come into a little bit of a squat. Okay, and then reach the arms forward. So now Utkatasana. And press up, stand up, Tadasana. Once you find Tadasana, just take the hips side to side, round in a circle. Close your eyes here and just feel into a little bit of a nice flow in your body. Good, then we'll start with the right foot. Keep your blocks handy at the top of your mat. Left foot forward and right foot back in the Virya One stance. So left foot forward, right foot back. And we'll start with our legs straight here. So back leg, toes are turned out slightly, and use the whole mat. And then as you inhale, bend through the front knee and reach your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, straighten the front leg and open your chest. So you're just opening up the collarbones. Inhale, bend through the front knee, sweep the arms up. Exhale, straighten the front leg and open your chest. Take your gaze maybe up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Inhale, bend through the front leg, reach the arms up. Then exhale, open, straighten the front leg. Now, the next time you inhale and you have your arms up, 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 all right, up, shoulder tops down, pick up that back foot and move it back slightly and find crescent lunge, high lunge. Okay, now, lots of choices here. You can keep the arms extended up, bring them to your hips, have them down at your side for balance. We're going to touch the back knee down towards the floor and then press back up. Adjust your stance in any way you need to, and arms can do anything. We're bringing the back knee down towards the floor and then back up. Front leg stays bent. And we'll do 6 of these. Play around with your arms if you want in different positions. I think I'm on 5 and 6. And when you come back up to the high crescent with your hands on your hips, turn your foot and come back to warrior 1. Bend through the front knee, extend your arms up. Reach your fingertips up, 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 up. And then on your exhale, you're going to open into warrior 2. So as you open your arms out, you'll step your back foot out and open into warrior 2. Yeah, beautiful. Inhale, straighten the front leg, sweep your arms overhead. Touching the palms. Exhale, come back down into the warrior 2. Inhale, reach the arms up, straightening the front leg, and exhale, float the arms to T and come back to warrior 2. Inhale and exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, float. And then let's hold this warrior 2 for just 2 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg, reach the arms overhead and turn now your left foot. So both feet are parallel to one another. And exhale, float through center, coming into a big, wide forward fold. So our forward folds, which lengthen the hamstrings, we do those in different positions with our feet. It works different areas of the hamstring. So it's important not to just do the wide stance or the narrow stance, but do them all as in kind of 3 stances, wide, medium, and narrow. Now, you got your hands on the floor. You can take your head to a block setup and do a little inversion here. You can play with your blocks. Any orientation is fine, or if you can get all the way to the floor, that works too. And then if you have your head on the floor, go ahead and pick your head up. Bring your left hand right underneath your sternum. Draw your left inner thigh towards your right inner thigh and spin open into a twist. And release. Right hand to the floor underneath your sternum. Draw your right inner thigh towards your left inner thigh and spin open into a twist. Release. Walk your hands now around to the right foot and find yourself with your hands framing the front foot, which is now your right foot. Okay, so you're in a lunge, and then bring the left foot up slightly and stand up, coming into warrior 1 on this other side. Right foot is forward. Okay, here we go. So inhale, bend through the front leg, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, straighten the front leg and open your chest and take your gaze up. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, straighten the front leg and sweep the arms open. Next time you bend through the front leg, we're just gonna, with the arms extended overhead, we're gonna move that back foot back so that you're in the high lunge, high crescent lunge. Again, Hands can be anywhere here, right? And then we're bringing the knee down towards the floor and straightening back up. Front leg stays bent. Working, you can work this with your hands on your hips, up overhead at your heart center. Next time you are up in the lunge, arms up. You're good. Then we're going to open up into warrior two. So we're going to take the back leg out, open it up. You might have to readjust your stance slightly. And now we should be in warrior two on the other side. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms overhead. And exhale, bend through the front knee, come into the warrior two. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's hold this warrior two. Remember, if you kind of scooch the front foot isometrically, that'll load the back foot. That'll keep the legs working evenly. And as you inhale, reach arms overhead, straighten front leg, and turn both feet to be parallel to one another. Exhale, float through center. Same thing, you can come into a big, open, wide stance, forward fold. You can take your head down to the floor or a block for a little inversion, or you can just come into the fold. Now, in your forward fold, can you engage your legs? Draw your kneecaps up, engage the thighs so you're not just passively falling into this forward fold. Engage the thighs. Great, and then hands on hips, engage your core, hinge up, turn your left foot now to line up with the long edge of the mat and come back with the right foot into that high crescent lunge. So high crescent lunge, inhale the arms up. Holding here, reaching the back hamstring towards the ceiling, isometrically draw your legs together. Squeeze your buttocks. Good. Then reach your arms forward, kind of tilt your body forward and step forward and stand into Tadasana. Really nice. Good. Right from here, step the right foot back really far and open up back into warrior two, left foot forward. Have your blocks handy here if you know that you're going to need a block for Trikonasana that goes on the outside of the front leg. Okay, there's always an option to go to the shin as well. And then inhale to straighten the front leg and reach the side ribs, tilting, landing, opening, Trikonasana. Engage the front big toe. Gaze can be anywhere. Bothers your neck. Don't look up. You can look down at your front foot or just forward. And bend through the front knee, sweep through warrior two. And now bring your left hand, your right hand to your right leg and come into exalted warrior. Inhale, back to the T, back to warrior two. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh, extended side angle. Inhale, sweep back, warrior two. And exhale, right hand comes to the back leg, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, sweep to warrior two. Exhale, right hand to right thigh, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle. And then inhale, sweep arms up, straighten front leg. Turn both toes, both feet to face the same direction. Exhale through center. Move your block over to the other side. That's where we're going. Coming into a fold here. Engage your thighs. Then hands on hips. Engage your core and come up. Turn the right foot to line up with the long edge of your mat. Turn your left heel out. Find warrior two on this side. Good. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the front arm, and you can take a couple of just like little movements towards that front leg with your ribs, and then tilt into Trikonasana. Hand to the shin, to the thigh, to the block that's on the outside of your lower leg. All those choices are fine. Again, your gaze can be straight ahead, down at your foot. Notice you can take this top hand and stack your shoulders, fingertips to shoulders, or on your hip. All those things are good. Notice, look down at your front foot. See if your big toe mound is pulling away from the floor. Can you really press your big toe mound into the floor and feel how that engages your inner thigh? So front leg is in this internal rotation, right? So press on that big toe mound and feel how that engages your inner thigh, front leg. Then we'll inhale, bend through the front leg, sweep arms back, warrior two. Exhale, left hand to left thigh, come into exalted warrior. Inhale through the warrior two. Exhale, forearm to the front thigh, and extend your arm over your ear, extended side angle. Okay, just flow with this a little bit. So inhale, sweep to warrior two. Exhale, come back to exalted warrior. Strong legs. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, the warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Warrior two. And then on this inhale, straighten the front leg, turn both feet, hands above your head. This time, take your hands behind your back, grabbing opposite wrist with opposite hand or interlacing fingers, and come into a fold. Bringing your arms off your back, really engage your kneecaps, up, 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 really engage your legs as you fold here. And then hinge back up to standing, heel toe the feet together. Come to Tadasana. Bounce your heels. Move your body. Just let everything kind of shake and wiggle. Letting go of any sort of contraction we've made by doing some harder standing postures. And then let's find one side, one standing posture, standing balance posture in Vrksasana and tree, but we'll just go quickly, not quickly, but not too long on each side. So weight into the right foot. And as you lift your left heel off the ground, can you externally rotate that leg and then just set your toes on your foot or your sole of your foot to your calf. Now, bring the two together. Sole of the foot, calf, or sole of the foot, toes of the lifted foot with the standing leg foot. Really feel like they are pulling into one another. Release that. Walk around your space, shake it out. Touch your heels. Take your weight into your left foot. With the right foot, just pick up the heel and externally rotate that thigh. Then place the foot in place. And your hips, really want our hips to be pretty level. So if you find that you've got the right hip too high, bring your knee forward a little bit and see if that levels out your hips. Release, walk around your space, bounce your heels, shake your legs out, and take, stance a little bit wider than your hips. Inhale to reach the arms up, and exhale, just drop into a squat with your forearms on your thighs. So this will be the inhale. On the exhale, we'll bring hands to the floor, hips up, straighten legs, fold. Inhale, bend knees, hands to thighs or to your heart center. And exhale, hands to the floor, straighten legs, hips up. We'll do a couple of these. The next time you find yourself in the forward fold, heel toe the feet together even more so that you can now just squat right down and take your seat to the mat. And from here, we're going to come on to our belly. We'll start with the hands stacked, forehead on hands. Press into your forearms and lift your head and shoulders. Keep the back of your neck long, so just a little baby back bend to start. And take somewhere between 6 and 12 repetitions. Draw your navel away from the floor. Press and lift. Press and lift. Once you have come back to the floor and you're resting your forehead on that pillow, let's lengthen through the left leg and then lift the left leg, pointing the toes away, release down. Lift the right leg and take the right leg down. So as you lift the left leg, really feel like you're drawing as much length into your leg as possible. Point your toes and release that leg down. Same with the right leg. Lift, stretch it long through the toes, and then release down. Good. Let's bring arms alongside our body now. And we'll do some of some locust, right? So as you lift your shoulder tops away from the floor, lift your arms off the floor, lift your head and shoulders, keep the back of your neck long, and then lift your legs. So there'll be lots of options here. We'll just repeat this a few times so you can just stay in this position and then slowly lower back down, turning one cheek or temple to the mat. You could play with taking your feet wide for the next go or bringing your feet completely together. But start with your forehead on the floor. Lift your shoulder tops away from the floor, palms up towards the ceiling, then head and shoulders, then legs. So you could start wide, come into the center with your legs, and then lower. Or you could start wide and stay wide. Or you could just start with your legs together, trying to bring big toes, ankles, knees together. Let's take another round. Great way to build energy if you just need a fast energy building session is to just do some back bending on the floor like this. So lowering back down, feel your heart rate, feel your heartbeat. Okay, continue with this. We'll come forehead back to the floor. And now if you can get your ankles or your pant legs, let's come into bow. So pressing into the floor with your middle and lifting your head and shoulders and lifting your legs. You can also do this on your side, or you could continue with locust for 3, 2, 1. Release. Take one cheek, temple to the mat, softly rock your hips back and forth. If you took bow that time, let's do one more. Okay, other options. Sphinx, or a little more static, but also a back bend. So drawing your navel away from the floor, right? You can press forearms into the floor. This can be your work for today. Anything where we're getting some length in the back, extension in the back, okay? If you took bow the last time, you could do that again, taking your ankles or your pant legs, lifting the legs away from the floor, head and shoulders, but keep the back of your neck long for 3, 2, 1. Release. Right now, when everybody comes back down to the floor, forehead to the floor, let's take the right forearm in front, across your mat, so it lines up with the short edge of your mat. Take your left hand out and press yourself sort of away from the mat in a little twist. And then slowly let the left hand come out. Okay. And then take your right hand. So the left hand is extended out to your left. Take your right hand and open. Keep reaching your left hand away and open and twist this way with the left arm extended. So pay attention to your shoulder, how that feels in your shoulder. And slowly release down. Take your left arm, bending at the elbow, line your left arm up with the short edge of your mat, right arm out to the side, press and lift into a little twist. Then let your right arm slide way, way, way out. Take your left hand and press and open in the opposite direction with the right arm extended. Pay attention to your shoulder. This is a pretty big extension of the front of the shoulder here. And coming back to your belly, let's roll over to our backs. Once you're on your back, a few pelvic tilts or cat-cows. With the knees bent, just feel this movement all through your spine. And then we'll take a figure 4 with left ankle on right knee. Pulling your knees into your chest. You can use your hands if you want. Take the left hand through the space. See if you can get some good sensation in the outer left hip. Extend the right leg up and circle the feet here. Work your ankles a bit. And then if you do have your hand in the space, take your hands away now and just rock your knees side to side here. So the left ankle is still on the right, top of the right thigh. Just rock your knees side to side. Come back, both feet on the floor, soles of both feet on the floor. Press into it, just a little bridge. And roll down. One more time. Press, lift your hips. Roll down. Okay, and then take figure 4 on the other side. Right ankle and left knee. Bringing your knees in towards your chest. Maybe you want to extend the left leg and you can circle through your ankles. Nice movement through your ankles here. Flexion and extension. Same thing. If you've got your hand interlaced, your left hand or your right hand through the space, take your hands out now, just set them beside you, and then try to rock your knees a little bit side to side in the figure 4. Then both feet to the floor, cat-cow. Okay, and then we're getting close to final Shavasana. So whatever else you might like, maybe it's a happy baby. Happy baby variation. I've got my forearms underneath my knees. I love the way this kind of spreads my back. I can work my ankles here as well. Another twist. You're ready now to find all the props you need for Shavasana. And just give yourself the gift of stillness for at least a couple minutes here in a Shavasana. So Shavasana, traditionally on the back, arms and legs out to the side, palms up. But you can also take Shavasana on your belly or with your legs up a wall or up on some furniture. There is no effort required in this posture. So if you can really let go of any effort here. Soften your facial muscles, particularly around the eyes and the mouth. Between your brow. Bring your attention there, and you might even just say the words soften, soften, let go. If you get pulled away to your to-do list, just allow those things to float through like clouds floating through the sky and come back into your body. Sensation of resting. So wherever you are in your day, gratitude for your commitment to practicing what helps us navigate our relationships smoothly, what helps us have courage in the world, walk in the world with better understanding of ourselves. So give yourself that gratitude as you move into the next part of your practice off the mat. And may the merit of our practice encourage all beings to unveil the hidden brilliance that lies within us all. Deep namaste.